Hey everybody, welcome to Tysver Dyes. I wanted to bring you a real-time tie-dye breakdown. So this is me doing a Mandela with a hourglass spine variation with a trip style triple nub to bring it all together, and I just wanted to show you what the tie-dye process looks like in real time. That way you can have a better idea of the patience and the technique and the fine attention to detail. So without further ado, take your time, watch the video. I hope you enjoy. All right, love you. Tie-dye the world. Okay. All right. Hey, so thank you. Here we are, just getting into dyeing up this tie-dye piece right here. So yes, thank you for your patience. Thank you for joining us. We got the other GoPro right here, so if I'm looking over, that's what I'm looking at. But yeah, so we're just getting into the basics of this. Just basically layering this up to where, I don't know if you can see very well, but we're going in with this baby pink after we came in with some yellow, and we're coming just with this baby pink. That way we can just get a cool layering effect. And so what we actually have here, we have a hourglass spine variation right here. We have a, what the fuck is this? Dang, I'm sorry, I'm just brain fart. We have a Mandela. So this is a Mandela right here. And then these are 3 trip style nubs to try to bring it all together, to bring the rest of it all together. And what we did was we sectioned off the nubs. That way we get kind of a wavy sectioning going on. And we sectioned off the spine and the Mandela, of course. And then we're going to come back in with purple for the body, the remaining body of the shirt. And so it should look pretty cool when we're done. But yeah, like I said, we just are going in layers. We're a big proponent of layers, and so that's what we're utilizing here. And the reason we're doing this is but yes, we're doing this that way we can get a cool effect, a cool finished result. And so yes, let's just go back in and continue on here. And really, this is all just about taking time. As you can see, we sectioned it off with the washable marker, and then we came back in with some of that school bus yellow to start off this tie-dye process. And so all these spots right here, we're going to go try to keep it in between these 2 sections as much as possible. And yes, hopefully that'll give us something to work with later. This is just the best way I've found to do these. To the camera. Oh, might have sound. It's okay. No, it's okay. You don't have to leave. I know, I'm almost on emoji. Oh. But yeah, like I was saying, so what we have to do is get into this layering effect with this dye application here. And it's coming along pretty good. Just what we're actually using right here is actually airbrush paint, some pink airbrush paint mixed with a little bit of water and a little bit of reducer, just to help it break down a little bit better. And so that's actually what we have here. We have a cocktail of reducer, airbrush paint, and some bottled water to try to keep it as soft as possible. That way our water is not too hard, of course. And what I found, honestly, is when you do use the airbrush paint, it breaks down very nicely, and it actually works it works just as well, if not better, than some of the dyes do. And of course, you could go a little bit faster. I like to take my time just because I try not to overly waste any dye. And so I'm trying to really just work with it and have it absorb and take its time absorbing. And so it takes a little bit longer, but just going over it inch by inch and really kind of massaging into the fabric the color. That way we know that it's going to be where we want it to be, and that way we know that the absorption and then the penetration for the color is going to be deep and it's going to be efficient. And that's the cool part about it. Once you get the first layer down where you want, and it's actually wet, it actually wetter, it actually starts to absorb the liquid or the dye or the paint or whatever it is you're using it starts absorbing it a lot better once it's actually wet, because we actually soaked this shirt in soda ash, but we let it dry out completely because we wanted it to be a more detailed shirt. And so I find that when you let it dry completely, you don't get as many mishaps with the dye absorption and the dye bleeding, or the coloration, or the mishaps that can occur from using a more wet or damp shirt. But it still has that soda ash on it, and so that helps with the bonding of the dye or the different chemicals. That way we're going to get a good chemical reaction going here. And so keep that in mind. I definitely recommend doing that. And yeah, so it's all just about having patience, just taking your time and really trying to get those folds, get up into those folds and get up into the inner folds and the deeper sections of these shirts. That's what I found is what works best. And so I don't know if you could see it on there, but that pink is coming out really nice. It's going to look really good. We're going to actually go with some emerald green around that pink. And we actually have three different pinks that we're utilizing at the moment. This baby pink, that I really like this color. And then we have a fuchsia pink, as well as a petal pink. And so yes, we're really going to try to utilize those pink colors. And then once you use this baby pink with the emerald green, it looks pretty badass, to where I've been yeah, wanting to make another shirt with these colors for a while now, just because it is yeah, the finish comes out looking pretty fly. So you have to let me know what you think about that. Let me know if you have any color ideas or color combos. Let me know about that in the comments. That way we can have a discussion about it. And then once you start to learn how the dye or the color or the mixture that you mixed up is reacting or working with the shirt, then you could start to kind of go a little bit faster, as I'm doing here, to where I kind of see how it is the play is today, to where every time, every batch is a little bit different. If you have it more watered down or less watered down, if it's more like a paste or like a thicker dye or whatever thicker substance. And so you want to just take your time until you start to see how it's really behaving, and then you could really get up into it and get into a good habit and a good uh, working process and a good working flow. And then, like I said, once you get that on there, then you can come back over it nice and heavy. And especially with this color, you really want to go a lot of layers, because of how light it is. It's really easy for it to get overpowered. But when we layer it down first like this, and we'll come back with this same color at the end, just so that way we make sure that we have a lot of it for the final result and the final finished product on the shirt. But yes, like I was saying, you want to keep it flowing and keep it in place, but really be sure to kind of set yourself good parameters with that with those washable markers. I actually have a link in the description if you wanted to get any of these things that we're using here. I have the different paints, the airbrush paint and the reducer, and I have the pretty much everything that I'm using, the things that we used for the making and folding, not making, but the folding of this t-shirt. And it is all in the description. So yes, it's all from Amazon. Feel free to go check it out. Um, I think a small portion of that would go to help the channel. So feel free, if you want to support the channel that way, that would be very much appreciated and very much welcomed, to where all of the proceeds go directly back to the channel. So yes, thank you. I'm pretty sure though that was, and this is the first time I've actually included any of those links or things like that into my videos, just because I figured, why not? We're already taking the time to make the videos. Why not give the channel and the audience the opportunity to try to show some support? If you find any, what is that called? If you find any knowledge, if you learned anything, of course, if you find any substance or anything useful in these videos, please feel free to help the channel out. Yes, to support. Just show your support. Proud to pay is what my wife says typically. She's like, no, you're not giving anybody an opportunity, because some people are going to be proud to pay, because we do that sometimes with different channels and different just causes and situations. So yes, proud to pay is what they call it. That's what we call it. And it's actually Thanksgiving. My family and my wife and her father and my mom and everybody, they're all still cooking dinner right now. We do it on kind of late night. It's about 6 or 7 o'clock. They're still getting ready to cook. We don't really do the Black Friday thing. Well, maybe this year, maybe. There's some shit that we might actually want to get this year that maybe we have coming. Who knows? Actually, I'm going to look into that after this. And don't be afraid to get up into those folds and those crevices. Really stick the tip of your stick the tip of your dye applicator up into there, and then really get it fully saturated as possible, to where that's a lot. One thing I always say is that, once you think you have enough, go ahead and either match that much, or put as much more as you can afford to put, because whenever I feel like I have enough, um, it could have always typically used more. And so that's what I try to avoid these days. And so just know that when you think you have enough, you probably don't. Okay, well, that's all of this color. So that's going to be all the baby pink for now. But we have some other pinks that are going to go pretty fly. I don't know if you could see that. Okay, so yeah, that baby pink absorbed very nicely onto there. Let's see what color we're going to go with next here. That's emerald green. Here's that blue. Actually, that's just the water. I'm burnt out. Ooh, this is a nice one. This is magenta. Let's come in with some of this magenta. This is going to be wrapping it up for today's episode. We hope that you enjoyed this sneak peek into our Mandela with a spine variant with that trip style to bring it all together. It was a pleasure to be here with you. We hope that you learned something new. We hope that you were able to add something to your knowledge base that will be useful and that will help you on your tie-dye journey. Thank you for joining us in this session of tie-dye meditation and tie-dye therapy. It was a pleasure to be here with you, and again, be on the lookout for that show that will be out soon, where we will do a full tutorial, a step-by-step guide on how to create this same style and same manner of shirt. And yes, we hope that we will see you there. So until next time, take care of yourselves, tie-dye the world, and we will see you later. Alright, if you have any questions or concerns, feel free to leave it in the comments. Okay, thank you. Love you. Bye.